Enjoy a pancake breakfast with friends and neighbors, and then take the family for a hike. Celebrating Earth Day on this edition of Irvine Scene.
It's a beautiful day.
Mounted police lead the way on a hike of the 1.8-mile Quail Hill Trail, a terrific way to celebrate Earth Day. And to start things off, a hearty breakfast courtesy of the City of Irvine.
Pancakes and muffins and fruit and bacon.
What's your favorite?
The pancakes. Even though I haven't tried them yet.
Parents Bethany and Mickey have 4 kids, ranging in age from 8 to their little 1-year-old.
Good job, baby. Are you hiking?
We used to hike a lot as a couple, and then once we started adding the kids, we haven't done nearly as much, but lately we've started adding it back in, and we've been enjoying that a lot.
Back in the 80s, these beautiful views were almost paved over with plans for a new civic center.
To put the City Hall at the top of Quail Hill, looking down on the people, not a good look, and having a parking lot that had over 900 parking spaces.
Instead, residents started a movement to save their precious open space.
That culminated in a 1988 ballot measure on the ballot to save not just Quail Hill, but 10,000 acres of natural open space to save it forever, seeing to it that it would never be developed.
Today, Irvine is ranked as having the 4th best park system in the nation, based on acreage, amenities, and public investment.
But with this national beauty, everyone, comes a sense of responsibility, an important responsibility, because living adjacent to wildland areas also means that we need to keep safety first and top of mind.
Fire Watch is just one of many programs offered by the Irvine Ranch Conservancy to protect these urban wildlands. Irvine is part of what's known as a rare Mediterranean climate zone, one of only 5 such ecosystems in the world.
It has only 2% of the land area of the planet, but it contains 20% of all known plant species. So we are in the botanical equivalent of a rainforest or a coral reef. This is a globally important place for biological diversity.
But keeping these important spaces healthy might sometimes seem counterintuitive. For example, this beautiful yellow bloom every spring is actually quite harmful.
Everybody loves, I know you love the yellow flowers. I have some bad news for you. Those yellow flowers come from a plant called black mustard, which is one of the worst invasive species that we have.
It blankets the hillsides, wiping out native species, and in just a month it dries out to a brown fire hazard.
What we can do, however, and we're working on with the city, is replace those yellow flowers with native plants. What we'd like to see out there this time of year is orange poppies and purple lupins, and there are other native yellow flowers like California sunflower.
The Conservancy got its start 20 years ago, thanks to a generous grant from the Irvine Company.
While preservation is indeed critical, it is the thoughtful, planned approach to public access that sets these lands apart, and for good reason. Trails and open space have an overwhelmingly positive influence on the quality of life for residents and the greater community.
I grew up in an area in Ohio where we lived in the inner city, and it took us an hour to get to something like this. Here in Irvine, we are so lucky to have all these amenities and open space right at our fingertips, and it's one of my priorities to keep it safe and then also preserve what we have for everyone here.
I think it's definitely very important to get people out in the outdoors. It helps with everything, mental health, physical wellness, fitness. It's great that we have a city and the resources to be able to provide it.
So as a mom who raised 3 kids, I am well aware of this, and I've always encouraged them to have an active lifestyle. It's good for their long-term health, and it's also great for their mental health. And so, yeah, it's great to see a lot of young kids out here, and hopefully this will become their habit for life.
The Unger family moved here just last year from the East Coast.
New transplant to the area, definitely family friendly, a lot of great outdoor space, getting this one to enjoy more of the trails and the sea and all that fun stuff.
We saw the family hike option and we're trying to get Emily to hike a little bit more. So we thought maybe having that excuse to go out with a group, and we invited her classmate. So we're gonna go as a group, and we thought that would be a little bit more of a motivation than a typical hike.
The day continued across the street at the Quail Hill Community Center. Beverly the gopher snake and Harlow the tortoise are here from the county's mobile outdoor classroom. Inside, everything you need to know to start composting.
And what's happened is the air and the water have turned that into new fresh soil.
From getting a fresh perspective on garbage, to conservation, to life-saving safety tips, kids are learning right alongside their parents.
Hey, you're an official Firewatch volunteer.
I learned about a moisture meter. I did not know that there's such a thing that you can put it on permanently, and then as you water your lawn, which we always do, you can make sure that you don't overwater.
You know, honestly, I thought I was just coming for pancakes and a hike and enjoy the nice weather. And I was surprised to learn about Quail Hill, the loop, the preservation efforts that are going on in Irvine, a little bit of the history, and meet community members as well.
Justin's 8-year-old daughter Lulu definitely made a new friend today. She got to meet the mayor. Mayor Agron gave Lulu an official city pin, which he happily autographed.
I wanted to ask, what's it like being a mayor? And if it's like a fun job or like you get all this paperwork have to do.
The day has been a terrific chance to connect, enjoy, and also take part in the critical need to protect natural resources for future generations. The Conservancy has lots of ways to get involved throughout the year. To learn more, check out letsgooutside.org to find out about programs, events, and opportunities to make a difference by volunteering. For ICTV, this is Valerie Starn reporting.